Welcome to the dark and eerie world of Maryland's haunted locations, where history and the supernatural collide. From eerie battlefields to chilling lighthouses, these places hold the restless spirits of the past, forever etched in the fabric of time. Get ready for a spine-tingling journey through some of the most haunted spots in the state. Wonder Point Lookout Lighthouse, Scotland. Perched on the southernmost tip of Maryland, where the Potomac River meets the Chesapeake Bay, Point Lookout Lighthouse is a chilling beacon of supernatural tales. Once a Civil War hospital and prison camp, its walls have witnessed unimaginable suffering. Soldiers, sailors, and prisoners met their tragic ends here, their spirits said to linger, unable to find peace. Visitors report ghostly whispers carried on the salty breeze, disembodied footsteps echoing in the halls, and shadowy figures drifting through the foggy nights. One of the most famous specters is that of a Confederate soldier, his anguished cries piercing the silence. Paranormal investigators have captured chilling EVP recordings and unexplained cold spots. The lighthouse, shrouded in darkness, feels alive, as if the past refuses to be forgotten. Each step inside is a journey into a haunting realm where history and horror intertwine. 2. Historic Savage Mill, Savage. Nestled in the quiet town of Savage, Maryland, the historic Savage Mill hides a dark and eerie past beneath its charming facade. Once a thriving textile mill in the 19th century, it was the site of countless accidents and grueling labor. Shadows of its workers, many who perished within its walls, are said to linger still. Visitors describe the unsettling feeling of being watched, the faint sounds of machinery turning in the dead of night, and cold drafts in rooms with no windows. The spirit of a young mill worker, tragically crushed by the machinery, is often spotted wandering the upper floors, her faint cries echoing through the empty halls. Paranormal investigators claim to have recorded chilling voices and seen objects move on their own. As day turns to night, the mill transforms into a ghostly labyrinth, where the air grows heavy with whispers from the past, refusing to fade into silence. Moondram Dr. Samuel A. Mudhouse, Waldorf. Hidden among the rolling hills of Waldorf, Maryland, the Dr. Samuel A. Mudhouse carries an ominous legacy. This historic home, once a sanctuary for John Wilkes Booth after his assassination of President Lincoln, now stands as a beacon for restless spirits. The air is thick with sorrow as visitors recount flickering lights, cold spots, and the distinct sound of footsteps on the creaky wooden floors. Some have seen the spectral figure of Dr. Mudd himself, wandering the halls as if burdened by his dark connection to history. The spirit of a child, said to have died in the home, is often heard giggling or crying in empty rooms. Paranormal teams have captured eerie voices whispering warnings and shadowy figures lurking in the corners. By night, the house transforms into a foreboding labyrinth where the past clings to every crevice, reminding all who visit that some stories never rest. 4. Glen Echo Park, Glen Echo. Once a lively amusement park filled with laughter and joy, Glen Echo Park now holds a darker legacy. Beneath its cheerful past lies a haunting that lingers in the shadows of its carousel and empty halls. Visitors have reported eerie laughter echoing long after the crowds have gone, disembodied voices calling out from the silent arcade, and the sensation of being followed by unseen eyes. The spirit of a young girl, said to have drowned in the nearby pool, has been seen near the carousel, her ghostly form vanishing as quickly as it appears. Others speak of shadowy figures lurking in the abandoned buildings, their presence sending chills down the spine. Paranormal investigators have captured inexplicable sounds and cold spots throughout the park. As the sun sets, the vibrant park transforms into a chilling stage, where the echoes of a bygone era refuse to rest, drawing you into a spectral dance with the past. 5. Jericho Covered Bridge, Kingsville. Shrouded in shadows and legend, Jericho Covered Bridge is a sinister portal to the unknown. This creaking, weathered bridge has borne witness to countless tragedies, its wooden planks soaked with the anguish of those lost to time. Locals whispered tales of phantom figures lingering at its edges, their forms dissolving into mist. The most chilling legend speaks of a young woman who hung herself from the rafters. Her lifeless form is said to appear on moonless nights, swaying gently in the breeze. Travelers report the unsettling sound of footsteps behind them, though no one is there, and the faint rustle of unseen hands brushing past. Some claim to see glowing red eyes watching from the surrounding woods, while others have felt icy fingers graze their skin. As darkness falls, the bridge becomes an eerie threshold, where the living are mere visitors and the dead are restless guardians of its secrets. 6. Antietam National Battlefield, Sharpsburg. The blood-soaked fields of Antietam, where the deadliest single-day battle of the Civil War raged, are cloaked in an eerie stillness that belies the horrors of its past. Over 23,000 soldiers fell here, their cries of anguish echoing through time. Visitors to the battlefield report spine-chilling encounters, ghostly soldiers marching through the mist, phantom gunfire shattering the silence, and the faint smell of gunpowder lingering in the air. The Bloody Lane, once a sunken road turned into a killing ground, is said to be the most haunted spot. Shadowy figures appear and vanish, and 7. Fort McHenry, Baltimore. Standing defiantly on the shores of Baltimore, Fort McHenry is a monument to American resilience and a haven for restless spirits. This star-shaped fortress, famed for withstanding the War of 1812, has also seen unimaginable horrors within its walls. Soldiers who perished defending the fort are said to haunt its grounds, their ghostly figures patrolling the ramparts under the cloak of night. Visitors have reported chilling whispers echoing through the empty barracks, the sudden clang of phantom footsteps, and unexplained cold drafts sweeping through its historic corridors. The most unnerving tale involves the ghost of a watchman, his spectral form still keeping vigil on the battlements, eyes glowing faintly in the moonlight. Paranormal investigators have captured eerie EVP recordings and shadowy apparitions on film. By day, Fort McHenry tells a story of triumph, but by night, it becomes a realm of lingering sorrow, where history's echoes take a hauntingly spectral form. 8. The Horse You Came In On Saloon, Baltimore. Established in 1775, the Horse You Came In On Saloon is a dimly lit relic of Baltimore's past, dripping with history and ghostly whispers. Known as the last place Edgar Allan Poe was seen alive, the saloon seems to carry the poet's dark spirit within its walls. Bartenders speak of glasses shattering on their own, doors slamming shut without warning, and the eerie sensation of being watched. On quiet nights, a shadowy figure believed to be Poe himself is said to linger in the corners, his presence sending chills through the room. Others have felt a sudden, inexplicable cold pass through them, as if a spectral hand brushed by. The creak of old floorboards and the faint scent of whiskey in empty air add to the unsettling atmosphere. As the clock strikes midnight, the saloon comes alive with an otherworldly energy, as if the spirits of the past gather to toast their eternal restlessness. 9. Elott City. The historic town of Elott City, with its cobblestone streets and charming 19th century buildings, hides a dark secret. Beneath its picturesque facade, it is a place haunted by tragedy and restless spirits. The town's most notorious hauntings are tied to the old mill and train station. The ghost of a conductor, who tragically died in a train crash, is said to haunt the station, his spectral form still searching for passengers. Locals speak of the disturbing sound of phantom footsteps in the dead of night, echoing through the empty streets. Others have reported seeing shadowy figures darting in and out of the historic buildings, vanishing before they can be fully seen. The most chilling story involves the restless spirit of a woman who drowned in the nearby river. Her mournful cries can be heard on stormy nights. As night falls, Elott City transforms into a ghostly realm, where the past refuses to stay buried, and the dead continue to walk among the living. 10th, U.S. Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. The U.S. Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, stretching through the Maryland wilderness, is a haunting reminder of history's dark past. Its waters, once bustling with the trade of goods, now whisper with the spirits of those who perished along its banks. The ghostly echoes of soldiers from the Battle of Ball's Bluff, whose lives were lost in the Civil War, still linger in the air, their apparitions